radio, glowing magic transistor radio, glowing magic transistor.
Hello YouTube and YouTubettes. Welcome to another album review. Today I'm going to review the self-titled Tripping Daisy album released on April 18th, 2000 on the label Sugar Fix, produced by Tripping Daisy. This is the final album released by Tripping Daisy following the death of guitarist Wes Bergen, and they are from my hometown of Dallas, Texas. I was aware of the name Tripping Daisy back in the 90s, but I didn't know much about them. I had heard the song called I've Got a Girl on the radio, but I wasn't a big fan of it, and I didn't know much else about them. But the first time I actually became more aware was when I actually saw the Polyphonic Spree live. They were opening up for Granddaddy in Dallas. And I think in a previous video I said it was at the Granada or it was at Lakewood Theater, but it was actually at the Gypsy Ballroom around 2003, I think. But anyway, from there, somebody said that they had founding members from the Tripping Daisy. So then I saw this album that I'm going to review today. It was on the display, so I guess it was not too much after this album came out, because it was still on the wall for new releases. So I don't remember exactly what year, but I loved it the first time I heard it. And Tripping Daisy has really grown on me. All songs are written by lead singer Tim DeLauder. The album cover has is artwork by Tim DeLauder and mechanics by Eric Corson and Rachel Gutek, I guess the computer mechanics. Photographs by Joshua Kessler and James Bland, and with grapefruits kind of between the pictures, or pictures of grapefruits. And the filter on the photos makes it look kind of 70s-ish. And I think this is a really cool, the lettering is cool too, but it's a really cool album cover. I think it's a classic, and I give it a 10 out of 10. Now on to the songs. Track number 1 is called Community Mantra, and this has a very trippy, I'm going to overuse that word because, it fits the name of the band, but there's no other way to describe it. Like the guitar playing, I think, the chords on the guitar and the way it's played is kind of trippy. The intro is trippy, and also I think Tim DeLauder's voice and the way it's filtered reminds me of John Lennon's style of vocals in his psychedelic time. But I really do like this. Probably the only boring thing to me is the drumming on this song, but it's got a really nice interesting melody line, and I think this is a great song. I give this one a 9.6. Track number 2 is called Kids Are Calling, and this is very upbeat. I love the harmonies and the word sun at the beginning, and it's very catchy and rocking, and then it gets into this really trippy, using that word again, section where he's saying, where it's softer, and this looping kind of organ keyboard sound. Just an awesome song, and I just, it's almost perfect. I give this one a 9.8. Track number 3 is called Stella is a Planet, and this has a bit of a funky beat, and then some psychedelic guitar playing once again, and a bit of more of a rocking song. And despite the fact that it's not as artsy as the first two, it's still a bit strange, and it's trying to be a bit more of a just regular alternative rock, but it's still better than most. But I give this song a 9.0.
So long, the better part of me, it seems glow.
Track number 4 is Soothing Jubilee, and this has a very pretty beginning to the song, and then it gets into the very catchy section, which I think is perhaps the catchiest song on the album. But I love the organ on it in the background of the main part of the song, and then it gets into this trippy section, softer section. Really, really good song. It was probably the first song that stuck out to me when I first got it. I'm probably a little more tired of it now, but I still think it's a great song. But I give this one a 9.6. Track number 5 is Drama Day Weekend. This is a beautiful and eerie song, great poetic lyrics and great hook, and it's catchy enough. It's kind of got that 90s alternative vibe, but up to a whole new level. Very well produced. My favorite song on the album, and for only the second time since I've ever reviewed any song, this one gets a 10.0. Track number 6 is called Tragiverse Weekend. This is a very cool song. Once again, just a great album. But it starts out with this kind of ambient guitar repetition that kind of builds up, and then all of a sudden it explodes into this heavy kind of thing that's really good. And I don't know, I mean, just great lyrics once again, and another great song. I give this one a 9.8. Track number 7 is called Jim's Longtime Voice. And this is a bit more of a gap piece, really. It's very, kind of an artistic thing, and just some weird sounds sounds like the guitar and distorted piano as well. But there's no lyrics and no vocals, just instrumentation and very short. So it doesn't do as well, but I give this one a 7.8. Track number 8 is called 1 through 4. Another very powerful song. Starts out with this electric guitar distortion, and then it bursts into this very catchy song. And I love the lyrics, the wordplay on it. It's really cool, really catchy, and still trippy and strange. And another great song. And I give this one a 9.4. Track number 9 is called You First, and it comes in with this distorted drum sound that I think came in from the end of the last song, and then it gets into this kind of really eerie kind of melody line. And I also love the chorus is awesome with the lyrics and things, but also these notes that are hit in the instrumentations that seem a little off, which makes it really cool. So some strangeness and trippiness once again, and it's got enough catchiness on top of it as well. But another great song. I give this one a 9.4. Track number 10 is called I Am Good, and it has this really weird intro distortions on the instrumentations that is really cool. And then it gets into this, soft kind of song, another trippy song that has a beautiful melody line. and lyrics. It is a bit shorter, but I think it's a fantastic song, and I give this one a 9.2. Track number 11 is called Hollow Comb. And it starts out with just a lot of drumming, and then it gets into this rocking instrumental thing that's pretty cool. No lyrics or anything, just a nice instrumental, and I give this one an 8.7. Track number 12 is called the Cradle Song. This is another downbeat, kind of beautiful song. I love the lyrics, and it's got some strangeness to it as well. And I give this one a 9.4. Track number 13 is called Foot Dance, and this is an instrumental. Kind of makes me feel, it kind of feels like a surf instrumental brought into the 21st century, with a little bit of psychedelia organ in there. Just a really cool song. I really love it, and I give this one a 9.0. The last song is called The Sudden Shift Worried Him. This is got a lot of strangeness to it. I love the way that the sliding keyboard sound goes into it, and then it rocks, and then it has kind of this whirling keyboard going on as well. And just another fantastic song to end the album, and I give this one a 9.8. The album flow is a 10 out of 10. This is it works well as individual tracks as well as flowing from one song to the other. So very good. This is my favorite Tim DeLauder related album, including the Polyphonic Spree and Tripping Daisy and Teen Zenith or Pre-Teen Zenith and all the other projects he's on. And I just love this album. So now I will pull out my handy dandy computer and calculate my formula. And this album gets a 9.39 out of 10. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
145 came from the very same side. 1945, a man came down from the very far side of night. I'm gonna break it on down. I'm gonna break it on down. She's looking to the right, fixing to the wall. In the middle of the water, snipping. I'm gonna break it on down. Free!